Hello everyone, Bipolar is here. I've been wanting to start a vlog for a while now, um, just to share and reach out and give advice and receive advice about mental illness, which is a subject very dear to my heart. I'm currently going through assessment with local mental health team as they think and I think that I'm bipolar, so they're confirming that to give me a more accurate diagnosis. I don't want to seem vapid, but the reason that this is that I've decided to do the video now is unfortunately with the recent death of Robin Williams, a man I really admired. Um, and it's believed, I believe he came out as came out, it's not like that, but I believe he did share that he was bipolar, and at the very least he suffered severely from depression and struggled with addiction for much of his life, which is it, as Jim Sterling put in a very pithy status earlier. What did Robin Williams have to be depressed about? Exactly. Depression doesn't care who you are, and I think that's very accurate. So for those who don't know what bipolar disorder is, it's a mood disorder that can cause extreme highs and extreme lows. It has a high morbidity, and by that I mean it kills. It's either through suicide or, the fact that people don't find it difficult to live a healthy lifestyle, particularly through substance abuse and, depression, lowering life expectancy and so on. I think in the UK, the suicide rates for bipolar disorder is 8% for men and 5% for women, which is compared to 0.5% and 0.03% and 0.05% respectively for women and men, in the general population. So it's quite high. It's a big risk, and many attempt it even if they don't succeed. So as I say, I mean, it's at the moment it's an apparent suicide. We've not had confirmation, but I urge anyone to seek help if you are suffering with suicidal ideation, as suicides, particularly famous ones, tend to trigger other people. It tends to give them the courage to try again, or just the sense of giving up is very strong. I'm feeling a bit. I was having a pretty good day until I heard the news, and I don't normally react so strongly to celebrity deaths, but he was a big inspiration for me. His films moved me and they made me laugh, and seeing him in interviews and stuff, he oozed this energy and confidence, which obviously came at a price, as many creative people often do pay to be the way they are. I don't even know where to go from here. Bipolar. So I've always experienced quite extreme highs and lows, and I'm looking very rough today. I don't have any running water in this house. It's a long story, and I'll share it another time. It's not really what I want to cover. Let's just say I've had a bit of an ordeal in this house over the last couple of years, and it's hopefully coming to a close. But it's been a tough time. It's been a very tough time. So symptoms of bipolarity often include hypersexuality, reckless behaviour, high energy, unable to focus, counterproductivity from sort of overdoing things. It can even stretch into, in the extreme cases, usually with type 1s, into full mania rather than hypermania, which it usually involves psychotic break, like psychotic symptoms. Um, so that can be hallucinations, it can be delusions of grandeur, sort of tend to be religious in nature at times, believing you're special, or believing you're hearing messages from God or the devil or so on. So it can present some similar symptoms to schizophrenia, but only in those extreme cases. And then come the lows, which are present. I'm seeing dysthymia and clinical unipolar depression as well. I think one of the things that's really got under my skin tonight, and someone said it a little while ago, is, oh, you're selfish for committing suicide, it's a coward's way out, that's not true. And I can't remember who to attribute the quote to, but Stephen Fry actually said, if you could reason, there's not ever any good reason for suicide. If you could reason someone out of suicide, then you would. Like, there would be a lot less suicides. It's not a logical thing. It is a complete breakdown of your will. And they believe that there are scientists have recently studied. They believe that there are certain genes that contribute, one, to mental illness, but in particular raise the risk of suicide. So that's quite interesting developments. For anyone who has lost someone to suicide, or has experienced suicidality and has attempted it and is still here, you'll know how it feels. You'll know the desperation. It's an awful, awful feeling. So when dealing with anyone who has any mental health issues, bit of advice. If your advice is going to start with the sentence, if you just, stop right there. Don't even continue that sentence. So to try and summarize their illness shows a great lack of understanding and empathy. Secondly, they don't want your pity. People who are suffering from mental illness, they do not want your pity, they want your support. They can't just pull themselves together. There is a physical malady at play here. There is an inability to regulate. Most mental illnesses are mood disorders. PTSD is also very common. Anxiety disorders are also very common. Also, don't go, have you taken your meds, unless they're clearly, you know that they haven't, or you are concerned because you are noticing a very distinct change in behaviour. But just because someone's having a bad day, or they're irritable or angry, that can easily be for real life reasons as well as medical ones. So please don't be dismissive. It's very rude at the very least, and it's quite insulting. It's just very insulting. I don't really know what to say other than I would heartily recommend anyone who is suffering from depression, from mood disorders, from any, or is having a tough time, see your doctor. You don't necessarily have to take medication. I would recommend it as a short to mid-term stabilising treatment. Ideally, you want to get yourself into therapy, talking therapy of some description. Hypnotherapy is also a valid option for some people. Hypnoanalysis, psychoanalysis, CBT is probably the most popular and shown to be very effective, particularly with bipolar patients, but I think it can do wonders for people with depression as well, unipolar depression. I mean, there are all the other things that can help boost your mood. Obviously, they don't cure your condition, but exercise, healthy diet, good sleep pattern, and surrounding yourself with good people. Reach out if you need someone. I really strongly urge you, as I say, because of the because of the recent loss, it will trigger some suicides, and I really sincerely hope it can be prevented. Um, I'm just, I'm just, I'm just gutted. I think it's not just because of who he was, but it's because it's so visible, and he was 63. He wasn't young, man, but he wasn't a ripe old age yet. I wanted to see that man doddering around in his 90s, still crazy as hell in the best way possible. And it's just a reminder that we're all very frail, and it doesn't matter how successful you are, you can lo how the mighty have fallen. So please do reach out, please do seek help. I happily take messages from people and talk to you, as well as recommend some sites and therapies that are purported to have really good success rates. I'll probably update a little bit more about my experience of living with bipolar. It's not all negative. It in some ways I would say it's a gift, even if I don't look my best or I don't look too happy. But in some ways it's given me a unique outlook. It's allowed me to empathise with people a lot more, and it gives me massive bursts of creativity and unique ideas that I don't think I would have had otherwise. Thank you for watching. I hope that it's not too vapid to jump off the back of this news. I just thought it was appropriate given the effect that a very visible suicide can have on people, and you're not alone. 1 in 4 people are suffering from mental health disorders or illnesses at any given time. So, yeah, you're not alone. Thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully update soon.